how's it going everybody? It's me, Scott. Welcome to another unboxing video on One Last Hand. Today we are opening Wyrmspan Dragon Academy and the upgraded components. We're going to do it in the order of Wyrmspan, then the upgraded components, then we'll come back and do this. I will put timestamps at the bottom because I appreciate many of you would already have seen these. You may be interested in the upgraded components, but you're most likely here to have a look at the new expansion. I haven't played any of these games, so I'll do my best to tell you what I know about them, but hopefully we'll get it to the table fairly soon to find out. Let's just flip this over. Obviously from Stonemaier, we've got I've played quite a lot of Wingspan over the years. I also have Wingspan that I've only played once. You are an amateur dracologist in the world of Wyrmspan, a place where dragons of all shapes and sizes and colours roam the skies. Evacuate a hidden labyrinth you recently unearthed on your land and entice these beautiful creatures to roost in the sanctuary of your caves. During a game of Wyrmspan, you will build sanctuary for dragons. Your sanctuary begins with 3 excavated spaces. The leftmost space in your Crimson Cavern, your Golden Grotto, and your Amethyst Abyss. Over the course of the game, you will excavate additional spaces in your sanctuary and entice dragons to live there, chaining together powerful abilities and earning the favour of the Dragon Guild. Okay, let's flip this over and we'll have a little look. Okay, so we have our instructions. Pretty chunky. I mean, they always are with these games, to be fair. They're normally pretty good as well, though. So 16 pages for the initial Wyrmspan instructions. We've got the Automa. So obviously how to play solo. Then we have facts for dragons. Look at these. Holy moly. There's a whole little bit of insight into each dragon. The keen cricket catcher's sharp claws are used solely for climbing trees in search of dragon worms, as well as grubs and other insects. So a whole host of dragons that you can put into your caves. What have we got going on over here? We've got some components, we've got some little trays, so for keeping the various components in from the looks of things. We've got some lids for those trays. Then we've got a load of cards. We also have a large tray here, which looks like you keep the cards in here. Don't know how that's going to work with the expansion. We've got some punch boards. We'll come back to those in a second, but we've got some punch boards. Obviously, the upgraded components will take the place of what I'm guessing is milk. This may well be a first player token, and a little bit of meat down here. We've got these silver tokens. It looks like a few have fallen out, but yeah, these silver tokens, which looks like scales or wings. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to take these cards and tuck them to the side. We'll have a look at those in a second. We have dragon cards and cave cards. So the card mat here. Very nice. Okay, we've got our final scoring board. So we're going to be totaling those up. 1 to 5 player this is. We've got the Dragon Guild. Told you. And this is... I don't know if this is just for the single player or if it's used in both. But we're going to be... working around this track. We have the round tracker, so obviously going from left to right, and then we have the player boards. They're pretty big, as you can see, for each individual player, and these are the caves that we were talking about: the Crimson Cavern, the Golden Grotto, and the Amethyst Abyss. If I don't know why I can't say excavate, entice, explore. We're going to be a bit like Wyrmspan. We're going to be sending, Wingspan. We're going to be sending sort of down a track, and Wingspan with a diver. You're going to be going here, and each dragon that you've got in here is potentially going to give you some more resources for next time. We've obviously got some eggs to store and those things as well. So there's all of the player boards. They are all identical as far as I'm aware. So we'll tuck those out of here. Then we have more punch boards. So we've got these two here as punch boards for them, with meat and amethysts and crystals and those sorts of things on. Interestingly, I think I'm one of these silver things. Oh no, there it is at the bottom of the box. I was going to say, I feel like we'd lost one, but it is in there. And I don't know what these are. I'm not sure if they're replaced in the game or not. But obviously you can see we've got food, we've got gold, we've got crystals, all sorts of stuff, and the milk that we saw earlier. So that's pretty much everything that's in the boxes. Let's just tuck this box out of the way, and we will have a little look at some cards. I think these might be cave cards because they're the only ones that are a different shape. And I think as you excavate, maybe you're going to be taking some of these or placing some of these down. Activate the ability on any dragon on your player mat, and these are various actions on them. So I'm just going to tuck this over here. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. But you can see here, gain a crystal and whatever this is. I'm not 100% sure what it does. Gain a crystal, lay 2 eggs. So various things from these cards here, and there's a whole host of them, adding some variety to a bit of everything. So very nice. There are 25 new cave cards in the expansion. We'll have a look at those when we get to it. Okay, these I guess are going to be dragon cards. And I think there's going to be a whole host of them. So let's have a look at a few. We've got the white-bellied grazer coming out first. Here he is. There's the white-bellied grazer. So what do we know about that? Cache milk from your supply here. Anytime you cache milk, you gain a crystal, an amethyst, I guess. When the third milk is cached, also lay 2 eggs. So there you go. There's one of those. Also, just so you can see, there's some keywords on here. So shy in this instance. This one, you might not be able to see it because it's green, but helpful. And there's a whole host of these. These are all hatchlings. I'll show you that as well, so you can see hatchling at the top there. But they've all got various abilities. I'll bring these up here so you can see as we kind of flick through. Should be able to zoom in just a touch. There we go. Rather than show you all one by one under the thing. But these look like they are all hatchling cards. I don't know if these all get shuffled in together or if you have to take a hatchling. Then we've got onto a large one. So the weary griff dragon. Here it is. It's shy. Gain 2 if this dragon is between 2 other dragonlings. Hold on, just for a second. Yeah, okay. Didn't realise that the zoom was a different level. So you can see here, this one is a large one. I think these are the costs to play it, and then the impact of of when you trigger it down the bottom there. Okay, so that was a whole collection of dragons. Looks like we've got some more here. I think this is going to be all of them. We're just going to keep flicking through dragons for the rest of this first bit of the unboxing. We won't go into too much. Interesting. These all have this backing. I didn't actually look at the back, but there you go. So what have we got here? I'll tuck this one down here. We'll have a little look. The primeval worm. Pay 2 eggs from any orthogonally adjacent dragon to gain 2 whatever these are. And we'll find out what they are at some point, I'm sure. Okay, but you can see a whole host more of dragons. And there's a big old collection of them, a massive collection of them, as you can see. I'm guessing this is what caves they're happy being in. So you're obviously got a huge amount of possibilities when trying to build your engine over here, which is nice. Okay. What have we got next? We've got a playful, archaic whiskered lung dragon. There you go. Look at the quartzy rock breaker. Wowza. A smirking ridgeback. Nice. I have to say, I do like just the variety. The art is really good as well. Again, we won't go into all of these. Stick around, you'll see it played on the channel at some point. So there are 80 new dragon cards in the expansion, so we're going to add a huge amount of flexibility there. Our last pack of cards, then we'll just have a quick look at the resources, and then we'll come back to it. So these are the solo cards, I think, the Automa difficulty levels. These are turn cards and how to win and all of those things. These look like they are the actual solo cards, so how the bot is going to react as you go through your turns from the looks of things. And then finally a few more dragons kept to themselves. There we go. These have the aggressive trait on them, and there you go. Oh, helps if you can see them. There are 3 more dragons. We'll put them on a pile here, and that's everything that's in the core box apart from these tokens. I mean, they're already pretty good in terms of the quality of the tokens. Let's have a little look. So we've got a whole host of eggs here, and they're wooden anyway, as you can see. So that's those. We have purchased the stone eggs, so it'll be interesting to see. Not that you're really going to get that from seeing them, but we'll be able to show you the difference in them. Let's just zoom out a little bit here so you can see we'll get rid of the green one because that's not helping. But you can see here we've got our little meeples with this tracker token. I'm guessing that goes on the guild board potentially, but that's the meeples and the eggs. And I say there's a whole host of eggs. First of all, there's a whole host here as well, and they are, oops, there you go, and they are kind of speckled and spotted, and then there's all of these ones as well. So don't think we probably needed the stone eggs, but I will try and give you a difference in weight to those things. We've got a load of little wooden cubes. I won't talk about those. We've seen them in pretty much every game. And then we've got these little tiny shields, which are interesting. Let's just take one out. There you go, a little shield there, just doing its thing. That is all of the components. So obviously, before we go any further, that's everything that's in Wyrmspan in the core box. Let's quickly have a look at the upgraded components right now, because we'll put them away in the box before we open the expansion. So you can probably hear the difference from these. So these are kind of stone based versus these wooden ones. They're pretty heavy. There's probably not much difference in them, but they do feel very nice and they stand up pretty well. But I brought the upgraded components for Wingspan, and I have to say that I don't really get the point in them because they can roll off the board easily because they're spheres. Oh, I picked a blue one. That's not going to help you. Hold on. Is this one better? Yeah, there you go. So there you go. You can see they're almost identical. This one's just got a nicer feel in the hand, really, is what it comes down to. But there we go. We've got some stone eggs to play with. I don't know what they're meant to replace, or if they just go in with a collection of all the other eggs, because you've got a huge number of eggs here, and these are not as plentiful. So they can't replace. I can't put them in the bag. They can't replace all of them because there's not as many. So who knows? Maybe we'll just keep them all together and go from there. Right, now we're on to these. So this is coins. Includes 25 of each meat, gold, crystals and milk, and 45 coins. Let's open these up. And these obviously are replacing those punchboard tokens that we saw earlier. So here's the gold. We'll tuck these over here so you can have a little look at them. So pretty standard stuff. Gold bars, they feel nice in the hand. We have crystals. These are obviously replacing these crystals here and these gold bars that we saw here. So you can see this is all of them. Various crystals here. Okay. Then we have meat. Pretty obvious what that's meant to be. Bit of a steak there for the old dragons to chomp down on. Hopefully it's not dragon. So that's that. And then finally, we got some coins as well. But we have our milk bowls. Very nice little components. And now finally, we have the coins. And here they are, looking really nice with wings on one side, scales on the other. They're all obviously one coin. And they're all identical, but they feel very nice in the hand as well. So that is everything in those two sets. We've got the full box of Wyrmspan. We then have this to unbox, which I'm going to tidy up and we'll come back to. But I suspect this is what most of you are here for. This is the Dragon Academy expansion. And you can see here, 80 cards, 25 new cave cards and 5 new dragon guild. So we'll pick this up and unbox this in a second. Let me try and get all this stuff back in the box. Okay, we are back and we have the Dragon Academy. Let's have a flip over of this box and have a little look. 80 dragon cards, 25 cave cards, 5 double-sided dragon guild tiles, 7-sided objective tiles, 45 training tokens, 2 updated cave cards, an updated round tracker, and a card tray. As a budding dracologist, you open an academy for fledgling dragons to achieve their full potential. In the world of Wyrmspan also expands with a wide variety of new dragons and caves, objectives, tiles, dragon guilds, and a new round tracker. Okay. Also, you get a choice of income when you pass in the round. So I think that was one of the big complaints about the game, is it seemed to go on forever. And people could spend their sort of coins to do a lot of stuff. And I think this tries to remove some of that. I'm just going to tuck this over here and we'll take things out as they come. So we have the expansion instructions in a long, thin book this time. We've got fledgling dragons. We've got small and medium dragons over here. And also some updated solo instructions. Okay, we have more dragon facts. So this time we've got, again, the additional dragons that have been added in here. Look at this one. Wonder if we'll be able to find that card. Okay. But there you go. There's a whole another book of dragon facts if you want something to read at bedtime. We have a player board over here. Let's just zoom out a little bit so you can see this. We have a round tracker. So replacing the other one, I'm guessing if you're playing the expansion. We have the guild magicians and some various objective tokens. Here we've got the Gamblers Guild, the Vet Guild. We've got these extra scoring tokens or objective tokens. And then we've got the Guild of Merchants and the King's Guild over here. Then we've got a second train. I'll be intrigued to find out if this is going to fit in the core box or not. I really hope so. We've got some new brown cubes, very exciting. And then we have our 2 set of dragon cards from the looks of things, possibly some new automata cards. And then we've got the cave cards. So let's open those first again and see what we've got here. Let's see if I can get into them. Again, wonder why these are in plastic and everything else isn't. But let's not worry too much about it. Okay, so we have up to 2 times train any fledgling for free. And these are obviously the cave cards. Looks like these ones are the same. Just going to zoom back in a second. So there's a few that look like they are the same, and then a load that are different. But various cave cards going in here. I think some of these will kind of balance getting resources. I think there's a lot of sort of rumblings around. Sometimes it's really difficult to get certain resources, depending on that. You know, to get an engine that does all of them is a little bit tough. Okay, let's have a look at what we've got here then. So we have new Ravel mode difficulties and automata difficulties there. And then we've got our dragon cards. So let's have a little look here. We've got small, medium. I feel like there's new teen dragons. I might have made that up. If I have, I apologise. But I feel like that's what I've seen. Large dragons here. There you go. There's the Cyclopean Basilisk. I think I probably got that wrong. There you go. Regal Ice Dragon. Look at that. Look at that. And this card here is, I think this is a new kind of way of getting these cards down. You'll see it up here. And then this will say, ignore this dragon's cost if you complete any column or row of dragons. So there's other ways. I don't know if that's in the main game. Other ways of getting these out onto your deck or into your boards and tableaus and engines. Let's have a look at what else we've got. Oh, look at this little dude. Look at this little dude. Curious feline dragonet. Okay, right. What else have we got? Fledglings. Oh, maybe it's fledglings. Maybe I'm got confused with the names. So like fledgling dragons, there's various achievements for getting fledgling dragons out. So maybe these are all the new ones. It does say in the bottom right hand corner DA, so that's how you tell that they came from the expansion if you ever want to go back to playing it. But I get the feeling, unless it's really bad, I get the feeling you're not going to go back to playing the old one. But they go a load of dragon. I won't go into all of the details of these. Obviously, there's a whole host of these. I could put them all down here, but I think part of the fun is uncovering as you go. And there's a whole host of cool little dragons in here as well to add to the intrigue of building those tableaus and engines as you go. Let's just have a look at how things fit in these trays, because now we have a new tray here, and this is interesting because this tray has a space for the cave cards, and I wouldn't be surprised if this space fits all of the cave cards that didn't fit in the first one, and didn't have a place to live in the first one, and so much so that I had to put them in a bag. It's going to be tight, but they may just live in there. There you go, which is quite nice. But obviously that means everything stays together. Let's also just try one last thing before we wrap up. I'm sure it does. I don't know whether we're going to have lift lid. Bear in mind I haven't punched out the punch board, so that will make a difference. A little bit annoyed that there's not enough of these trays for the items, but these obviously sit side by side in here. We might have a little bit of room to tuck some of these things in between here, which is nice. But you can see we're able to put these things in here. Then we've got these on top. The problem being is once you then get these on top, you've definitely got some lid lift going on in here. I don't know if I can show you, but there's a whole host of extra space that the lid isn't going to fit on for, as you can see. So again, we've got the punch boards at the bottom there, so some of that goes away, but maybe a new storage situation or resolution to this. But this was a pretty big one. It's Wyrmspan. I'm sure most of you are familiar with Wyrmspan. It's the upgraded components. It is the Dragon Academy expansion. It's going to take me a while to get this to the table, but if you want to see it played, leave me a comment. Leave me a note. Let me know if you've been playing this. Let me know if you're looking forward to the Dragon Academy expansion, what other expansions you'd like to see. Let me know what dragons I should keep an eye out for, what one's your favourite. And check out the Patreon if you want to see me try and teach myself this game, along with a load of other content. If you want to support the channel, subscribing, leaving a like, sharing the video, leaving me a comment, all of those things really, really help. Thank you so much. I'll see you again soon.